Okay, so we are discussing about the gross structure of the stomach now. Okay, as you can see, the stomach has two ends. The one end begins from this lower end of esophagus. Okay, so this is the cardiac end where the esophagus
I can
begins.
see it.
Okay, cardiac end is here.
Which
and
one is the stomach?
stomach is over here. Like this is the stomach. Okay.
Okay.
So this is
It
the
lies
cardiac
below the
end,
liver.
and then we have the pyloric end that lies toward the right side. Okay, down, inferior and down. Okay. So it is behind this left lobe of the liver, upper part, stomach. Okay. So this stomach having the two border, the right border or the lesser curvature, which is smaller. Okay, and the left border that is large, we call it greater curvature. Okay, so the greater curvature is over here, which is attached with the greater omentum, and lesser curvature over here, which is attached with the lesser omentum. So this is the lesser omentum here. Okay, so this is lesser omentum again divided into two parts between the liver and the stomach, hepatogastric ligament, and between the liver and the duodenum. So this is the duodenum first part. This part we call it hepatoduodenal ligament. Hepatoduodenal ligament, hepatogastric ligament. So these are two parts of the lesser omentum. Okay. Now this stomach has again anterior surface, posterior surface that lies behind. Okay, toward the lesser sac. Okay. So now the parts of the stomach you can see from above downwards. The upper part we call it cardiac part, and lower part we call it pyloric part. Okay, and if you draw a line, okay, from the junction between the esophagus and the stomach, the upper part we call it fundus of the stomach, which is actually having no food. So it's when you eat food, it just goes around down the lesser curvature, and then it is accumulating in the lower part. Okay, so the only upper part it has air. So you can see even in X-ray. Okay, in the fundus of the stomach, just below the diaphragm on the left side. Okay, so this fundus of the stomach that lies in the above this line. Okay, and the cardiac end, and this part we call the body. Majority part we call the body of the stomach. Okay, and you can see, if you see the lesser curvature, there is an angle, J-like structure. This is the stomach is having J shape. So there is an angle. Okay, so the incisura angularis. Okay, so this angle, below this angle, oblique line, we call it pyloric antrum. Okay, so pyloric antrum and pyloric canal. The pyloric canal lies over here. Okay, pyloric antrum. This is the pyloric canal. So this is called pyloric antrum. Okay,
You can open the stomach.
so fundus, body, pyloric antrum, and pyloric canal. And there we have the junction between the stomach and first part of duodenum. Okay, so there. Okay, and the first part of duodenum is the intraperitoneal, the proximal half of the first part. That is where you can see the proximal half. This is the duodenum starting here. Okay. Okay, so there is an anatomical, the sphincter lying in between the stomach and duodenum. Okay, by the circular muscles. So this is sphincter. You can see the large bulge. Okay, so this is called pyloric sphincter. Okay, so this is formed by the circular muscles of the pylorus. Okay? Whereas in the upper part we don't have this anatomical sphincter. We call it cardiac sphincter, but it is the physiological sphincter. Okay, so we don't have the thick musculature over here, but it's just the physiological sphincter in the cardiac end. All right, and the lesser curvature contains the short gastric and right gastric vessel that's supplying to the stomach from above, and greater curvature has this left gastroepiploic and right gastroepiploic artery. So they supply, okay, from the lower part. All right. So I cut the stomach as well. Right. Okay.